So, how are dogs and dog owners a tax on society? Did you know there are tons of organizations that will pay you money to take care of your dog? So, as far as I can find, there are at least hundreds of these organizations. If you go to these little web results, you can find all of these different ones. So it might make you wonder how can they just how can they pay people's vet bills? How can that even be profitable? How can they support this? Well, they do it through 501c3 tax shelters. That's how they do this stuff. So let's look at another result. So lots of pet owners have problems with all the costs that come with pets. They're willing to go in debt for their pets. Vet bill put me in debt. My dog's dying vet bill. People keep dogs way past their prime too. Like when a dog is really, really sick and has cancer or something, they will spend years on drugs and other things, special things in their house, special toiletry products, just to keep a dog alive. And it's a huge expense. So these people are taking away your money. Even if you're one of the fellow pet owners, your tax money goes to all these people. So let's go to one of the places right here. This one place is called the Pet Fund. It's from one of those lists that I have. Here we are at their about page. Of course, they have to put a picture of a dog that looks all sad and locked up, pulling at the heartstrings. So check out this little part I'm going to blue highlight. So this is how they got their start, through the McVelney and Myers Pet Fund Incorporated. So why would this place right here start a 501c3? Because the money that they give to this foundation that they start with their money, they can claim that on their taxes. These are tax breaks. Big corporations do stuff like this. And so they can get a tax break through doing all this stuff for people out in society that make total crappy financial decisions getting these pets. Like people that give pets to senior citizens and then the senior citizens can't afford them or they trip over them. Then these pets go to a shelter or somewhere else, and then these type of corporations can take care of the pets but then get a tax break. So through all of that, this is essentially a taxpayer funded thing. So here is a look at the McVelney website. This is the place that gave the original money to create that one organization that gives out free money to pet owners. So this is a huge multinational company. So they know what's up. They know how to play the financial game. They have access to all the data. They can look at a society that worships dogs and they can pull our heartstrings. They can set up an organization like this to rake in donations. And those donations, they become tax deductible. So when you give to that organization that this place started, you can claim that on your taxes. So that is how this dog culture is a taxpayer funded thing. And also, if this company, like I don't know the details of everything, but if they start one of those organizations and then give money to it, they can also have that as their own tax shelter. So you can look up all this information on the IRS website. Like right now, we're over at the Pet Fund listing on the IRS website, and then here's one of their tax returns, and you can look at some of these numbers. They get a lot of donations, gifts, 142,000. And I'm not a tax expert, but this is all interesting. If you look in all of this. It doesn't seem like they pay any taxes. And let me just scroll down a little bit, show you guys something. So it says here 100% from their money came from public support. So as I understand this, as long as it came from public support, that can be income that they don't have to pay taxes on. So when we think about like homeless people and them being freeloaders, or we think about like the politicians that will run their campaign on, we're going to tax these rich people and we're going to start helping the poor people. Well, dog owners and dogs, those are the part of society that take advantage of these. And then the big corporations take advantage of that because they know we're a dog worshiping society, and they can rake in donations while they claim to be ending suffering for dogs. Yet the suffering of dogs never ends. And these organizations, there's more and more and more of these organizations. If you go back in time, we didn't used to have hundreds and hundreds of these organizations that are set up to help dog owners pay for their vet bills. Dogs living in houses and having all kinds of luxury items needed for them, that didn't used to be a thing. So the suffering is increasing with dogs, and this is just becoming a tax shelter, and it allows dog owners to more and more just be freeloaders. On the surface, this seems like some kind of super duper great thing because it's helping doggos and little. It's got all these slogans and icons, and oh my gosh, give money to friends and stuff. But if you start looking at the veterinary industry, there's a lot of strife and trouble, and the veterinary industry is one of the highest places for suicide. A lot of women that join the vet industry end up hating their job and have to leave because the vet industry is taken over more and more by giant conglomerate and multinational companies, like that one I was showing you that started the pet fund. So this isn't necessarily some super great thing. This is all a way to take money away from society at large, and the leverage that they use is this worship of dogs. And then the leverage that they use even more is how dog owners, they just don't have the resources sometimes to take care of their dogs. Their dogs tear up their houses, eat lots of expensive food, and so they can make an organization that is supposed to fix that supposedly, but then just use that organization as a tax shelter, further raking in money away from us from dogs. So our society is buying dogs, buying dog products, going broke. Then they set up foundations to give us money back, supposedly. But those foundations are also tax shelters. And then the money that they give these dog owners, they just turn around and spend that money to propagate dogs more, have little backyard puppies and accidental litters. And so it's not a problem that can actually fix itself. It's a solution. This whole thing, this donating money, it's a solution to a problem, but the problem just gets bigger and bigger. And now for a little something different to end this video off. So all these dogs that take all this money from us, these spoiled dogs in our society, they're useless. At the end of the day, they die and people just get more dogs. But even the most freeloading, drug addicted, homeless, prostitute person that gets all kinds of free phone service and all kinds of free stuff, a lot of people hate people like that. Like people sitting on the corner begging for money, but they're drug addicts. Well, even the worst of those humans, the freeloading humans in our society, even those people give back more than all these freeloading dogs because they create these interesting stories for us to study humanity. So I just want to share this channel with you guys, the Soft White Underbelly. This channel offers some interesting videos about just like people that are street prostitutes or drug addicts, and some of them are just receiving all kinds of free handouts all their life, free apartments, but they're back on the street doing drugs and prostituting. And they're kind of like what people would say are leeches on society. But at least they're able to offer these stories. And dogs can never offer their stories. All they do is sit there and bark at us all day. and take in our resources. So I just wanted to show you this channel as a comparison to the freeloaders in our society. Dogs and dog owners are such freeloaders, and even if you're not interested in the tax shelter part of it, just have a look at some of these things. All of these people just running their bank account into the negative, and then all of these charities that are willing to bail them out. Like what society factors are creating these pet funds? Anyways, hope you guys like that one. Hope you guys like the Soft White Underbelly channel. It provides an interesting and wide perspective view of things happening in our world. See you guys later.